Alright, so, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Continuing with the coloring process. The coloring process is, for all intents and purposes, most of the way there for the characters. Gonna need to do a background. I've just kind of stared at this and then stared at some images online of kind of what I'm probably going to need to do with the background, and because of the angle that the characters are at, it's pretty much a straightforward kind of depth into the horizon kind of perspective. Namely, the vanishing point should be right about on the, well, the horizon line will be right about on their heads, and consequently, that's where the vanishing point would effectively be. It does mean that we have like a slightly look down on floor angle behind him, I think, if I understand perspective correctly. Which, let's be real, I don't. So, regardless, I'm going to add the remainder of the shadows that we need onto some of the parts here. And then we'll move over on to working out how the environment works. Where it is, Kokona. Hello there, how you doing? Share. Side. Yes. On top of this, front. So we want to go. We want to go. Shadow. Am I using this purple for the shadow? I actually can't remember. That does not look like the right purple. Hold up. Am I using this color? That's probably a bit closer. How sharp was the shadow? Maybe look at the shadow. Where is it? 60%? Nah, that sounds about right. But this is just black. That can't be right. Was it this color? I feel like this is more for like a skin color than like a hair. Well, there's probably be more grey if it's just on top of her head, and probably more towards the blues. Will this get the job done? Probably. Yeah, I can live with that. Alright, duplicate, delete, you, left. Yeah, 2 T's in there, let's get one of those out there. Alright, flip. Oh boy. Oh yeah, clips right through, doesn't it? Alright, which... This is one of the front... No, it's not. What line is this? What's this... What's that line from? Hold up. Ah! Wait, what? What's... Ooh. Wait a minute. This is right... Oh, it's just a straight line. Okay, sure. Get that out of there. Sure. Okay. Alright, we want to make a shadow. We're just gonna go ahead and make a shadow that clips directly onto these layers, which very specifically only wants to go over the top of this part of the hair, very specifically. So we're just gonna do something like this, and then we're just gonna clip that down, turn that way down. Then I will bring it down to here, behind head, right side. Yes, you up here, shade, right side, front, shadow. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum-ba-bum. Alright, I think I need to increase the shadows hitting the back here. I think I'm just gonna make a overall shadow here. That is designed to go just largely over the inside of her head. Go like this. The one to do it along the bottom of her body too, just... go like that, and then we'll just clip it down onto that, I think. Okay, let me see if I can find a nice riverside shot from somewhere. That would be very helpful. This... okay, let me just grab this. This is a very high resolution image of the event promotion image, so let me just take a look at that. So one notable thing we can actually use here is that there's a lot there's like rocky mountains in the background. So that will basically reduce the amount of things that need to move. I think we'll probably want to combine like the mountains in the distance with the rocky side. Like that kind of riverside. I just don't know where to find this kind of terrain and dwell on the foot a little bit, which is the main problem. Like, where do I go looking if I want to photo? Probably want to go like, yeah, use a more grey. There's one more rocky, grey kind of surface. Like a rock-based river edge. I feel like rocky river bed would be just easier to work with, but how do I want to deal with that? Alright, so let us say that we'll go land. I mean, behind Kisaki and Shun can kind of be a little bit cheaper with everything, but say we go like this. should I actually put the river in the background? Ideally, I like them to be standing in the water. How do these rock formations work? So if I was to do a layer of water, what has to happen? Ideally, I want to be able to break it up, right behind... Actually, I can kind of hide behind Kisaki, can't I? If I need a break on the water. Because basically, a layer that's in front and a layer that's in the back, I think? Or do you just go water and then plant everything on top? You could just do water and then plant the land on top of the water. That's also a choice. So we go water, and we just go like... give me some arbitrary watercolor. That is incredibly... That is incredibly vibrant. Okay, give me some arbitrary ground color. Okay, we're just gonna do something like this for now. I'm actually gonna draw this order age, I think. Okay, give me some arbitrary rock color. Grayer? No, not there. Alright, now I need to create like a bush line, right? Um... Do I have a brush for that? It's like I looked at it, it's like, That is a very high resolution leaf. Do I have to just make this green? Is that how this needs to work? Why is that? There's no eraser for this, not like the cloud one. Just a little unfortunate. Okay, then how about we blur this? How about we blur this again? What does that actually do? I don't know if that's doing anything. Alright, how about we use a different blur? Is it doing anything? I can't tell if it's doing anything. Why do I use a Golgi? Okay, let me just do Golgi blur. I actually like to see what that's doing. Hello there, how you doing? Okay, we're gonna do it like this. Oh, I just cancelled. Hold on. I'm currently trying to work out how to deal with background environment. I don't know what I'm doing, so feel free to sit back and enjoy me fumbling over this for a bit. So if I go like this, then, like, let's say we select a layer, make a layer on top, and just say this is like shading. Then we take a green, we just multiply and just darken bits of this. Just like very randomly like dot in a little bit of darkness onto this. Then we go onto this again, probably turn this down a bit. And instead we add a light to this. So let's say we add a, not you, you add a yellow. What did I just do? Don't do that. And just say, I take a yellow and just go over the top. Just very randomly dot that in again. And then we're gonna go into here. Can I get just this part? We're going to remove this from here. Actually, wait, no. Give me... Let's say that there is a border. Oh, right. The brush that's been blurred like crazy. That's not gonna work, is it? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's not do that. So let's say that we select this area. Then we just say this is not in... Why did I do it? Please select this. Just this part, please. Thank you. So that's like brush on top of the mountain. Kind of. It looks like completely insane, actually, but if I can hide it, fire it up in the back, and then blur the shit out of it, it doesn't matter. So, if I want to make this look jagged, I just need to what? Do shadows... Like, there'll be heavy shadows away from the sun. The sun is coming from... I mean, this is basically a direct shot of the sun. Although we want to do it more from the right. Do it more from the right so that, basically, down, 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 down to here, let's say. Then we want to go, let's say, like, just like that for now. Then we take a airbrush, and let's just say there's like a little bit here, a little bit here. So I'm basically running under the general assumption that I am going to eventually blur the absolute shit out of this, so it doesn't need to be the most beautiful thing in the world. Let's just tap this a little bit, tap this a little bit, tap this a little bit, tap this a little bit. What the hell am I doing? Okay, I think I need like two different ones. So like, say a surface, rather than like just an edge, we want to go with surface. Let's say the surface here is like a little darker. The surface here is no, the surface here is a little darker. The surface here is darker. The surface here, like right underneath this bit, is darker. The surface here is darker. And then the surface like here is darker. Man, that looks ridiculous. Okay, let's just do that again. So first up, we want to kind of go... Let's just say that everything beyond this part of the rock is just in shadow, like so. Then we want to make some edges. Let's just say maybe there's an edge here. There's maybe an edge like here. Let's say it's like that. I'll just give it a tap like that. These are kind of very randomly at this point, because I don't really have a good reference of how this is supposed to be done. Hum, 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 hum. Okay, let's just see what happens if I just take this. Merge it. Actually, wait, no, I also need to do the rocks in front. Hmm. Hum 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 hum. I'm gonna dot this in very randomly again. Try and make it facing the sun. Just find some spots that in particular are really facing the light. Just see how that ends up feeling. I'll turn it down a whole bunch. Okay, let's just say that we have something like that, right? Let me just make a backup of this. Create a folder. Oh jeez. Hold on. Let me just do this correctly. This folder. Duplicate that. Do that. Merge this. And then let's just say that we blur the absolute shit out of it. You know, once it's blurred, you can't see the imperfections as clearly. And it's just like a background piece at this point. Hmm. Can I reduce the saturation on this? Hold up. Hmm. How about... Hum. Hum. Bum. Hum. Hmm. Bum. Do I have a rock brush? I don't, do I? Ba bum ba la ba bum. Ba bum ba bum. Ba ba bum. What do we need to do here? Folder. Ba 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 bum ba ba bum. Hum 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 hum. Ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum. Let me see if I can find a image that somewhat works with this. Let's see. How do I do the rocks? I want to put some rocks to line the side here. Ba 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 bum. Not this. Not this. How do we do these? The problem with these is that they actually need to be like high definition. You know what? I'm just gonna go look for a brush. Alright, let's see if I can find a rock brush. Rock ground. Kinda want like stone brush. How about I go Riverside? There's search nothing. Okay, how about river? See, one that just gives me like the edge of a river, because that'd be very nice. No. Let's have a look at these rock and stone brushes. Some of these might actually work, actually. Okay, let me just download a bunch of these and just see if I can make all these work. Gotta go back to round brush it. What is this? Dual color rocky. I don't need the. Oh, there's a rock brush. Let's try one of these. Sure. Oh, there were mountain brushes too. Maybe I should use one of those. Oh dear. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and sit around and wait for this for a little bit. So let's just let this roll for a bit. Also need to figure out how to do the water. Might have just do very random bits of water. It's a river, so it should be flowing, right? How do you do the flowing effect? Is this actually going? Can't really tell if this is actually going or not. Okay, I think it's going. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some water while this is going. Oh wait, how many more do I have here? 2 more. These are all stone brushes. I haven't get any other ones, so we'll see if we can make these work first. It's gonna make these actually run really pretty quickly. Alright, let's start looking at these. Hello, please don't freeze on me. Oh boy. Well, that's a problem. I need you to load, please. All my space brushes. Okay, let us get these into, it'd be nice if I could add a folder here, but... These should be brushes. Okay, yeah. I need you to go into, like, here. Can I rename this? How do I rename this? I'm not add all of the space brushes. Um. Okay, we got some rocks in here. Let's give these a go. Alright, what? Oh, this is more for like ground. Rock. Why is that so small? What is this? Oh, okay. Pebbles, rock, rock. Why are these so small? What is this? Oh, just one gigantic rock, sure. Rocky ground. Oh, that's the actual ground. Okay, ground pencil, no. Alright, that is a very defined rock. Oh, this might work. You know, I do need to make it so that it's, There are people gray. Hello, how you doing? Currently playing with some brushes. Because, I don't know if I can get a bunch of rocks into here, so we're just gonna go ahead and, how do I feel about that? It's not completely ridiculous. I mean, that kind of works. Because, didn't I just need to, what, go... Oh, there's no Victor layer. Is that going to be a problem? So we do it like this. I could just rasterize it. That's also a choice. Let's do 1, let's do 2. Lighter. I've always said the outline to be darker, but I feel like it should be like more lines on the actual rock part. doing this on the wrong layer. What the heck am I doing? Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Folder. Alright, so does this help if I just blur the shit out of it? Okay, so basically we can just like not blur as much, right? Because this is still like kind of near the front. And so now the less fine details of rocks look less bad. Hmm. I need to do something about the water. I do have some brushes that specifically are supposed to go over water. Don't know how effective they are though, and it's also a matter of can I find them. Where are they? Where did I put them? They're somewhere. Liquid brush. Oh, these are the sprays of water. I think I did have. Don't I have one that was for going over the water? Hmm. What color? Is that this line? I need to be like a more blue line. Okay, because these brushes are like spray, right? Yeah, this is like a spray. What is this? Okay, this is what for sweat, I think. No, this is like actual like water brush. Hmm. Ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. Ba, 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 bum. Hmm. How do you do this? Okay, can I just take like a water brush, like an actual just regular water brush, and just go like... What? I have a water texture, I think, sitting somewhere. I do. How do we do this? Hmm. 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 Bum, ba, bum, bum. Hmm. Hmm. Ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum. Okay, how ridiculous does that look? Quite. Oh dear. Um. Give me an arbitrary sky color. Can it be a little bit more graded than that? All right, let's bring my clouds with me. Where's my cloud brush? Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Should the water be grayer? The base of the water just be grayer in general. Hmm. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 bum. Hmm. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum. Bum, ba, ba, bum. Hum, ha, hum, ha, hum. Folder. Let me just make a copy of that, merge that down. I'm gonna blur the shit out of it. Bum, 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 bum. Hello there, how you doing? Do I have a brush? Kind of brush. But anyways, welcome to the stream. I'm currently working through the environment. It is working, kind of. Bum, 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 bum. You do another bunch of rocks, don't I? Where's the riverside? Here. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go. Okay, let's just do that folder. Okay. I haven't been to a water park in over 20 years. And back then, the water parks weren't cool, especially down here. It was literally just basically a hot tub, but very large. It was just like a warm pool. There were no slides. There was no flowing water. There was just a giant pool that had heating, and it was outdoors. That was like as cool as the water park that we got back then. So I don't know what a lazy river is like, and I really hope that there's a jagged rocks around them at water parks. Doing our best here. Lazy River's the one where was it? You just sit in a floaty and just let it roll, right? Like it just there's like an actual river flow, so you just sit in a floaty. I don't know if a floaty is just a term we use down here, but okay, so do another brush line here. Where's my leaf brush? Which leaf brush was I using? Okay. So do another brush line across here. So basically, we just go across here and we'll just do something like this. Just very random. We'll do this, we'll go shade. Okay, so that gives us a effective brush. I'm just gonna like get rid of a bit of this. Duplicate that. Just keep that as a backup. Merge. Okay, how ridiculous does that look? Okay. I think that actually works with the background. We're just gonna add some clouds. I bring my clouds with me everywhere I go, just like the influencers on Instagram. Cloud. That didn't put a cloud in. Cloud. 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 And we'll make one more cloud. Cloud. Alright, okay, now just the environmental lighting on the characters a bit more. First up though, let us go to here, make a new layer. I think this is actually somewhat feasible now. If I just go right over the top, we're going to go yellowy like this. Okay, then we just need to add like way more shadows, I think. If we do go more orange. Just more environmental lighting. Okay, what do I still need? I need the, some of the moving parts. I need to figure out how to do a spray of water, which is gonna be fun. You do a spray of water. That is one thing that needs to be there. And that's pretty much it. Just more lighting, because now I need to have more shadows. Alright, I think I'm gonna just leave this here for the day. My head hurts. Didn't actually work on this as long today because I started late, but I think that is okay for the background. We don't want it to be like fully in detail because we want the characters to be the focus of the shot. So if anything's actually standing out too much, it's probably better to just like slam the contrast and make it stand out less. Like decrease luminosity, decrease the saturation, just make it fade more to the background. But I think with environmental parts of there, I should probably look at a water tutorial. There exists a couple of water tutorials. Unfortunately, most of them involve rolling off from an eye down a cheek, because apparently you can't make a Live2D tutorial that's not about VTuber models. I've only very recently been able to find a couple of tutorials that aren't uniquely for a humanoid figure standing straight facing forward, as I like to put it. So I have a think about it. I have an idea of maybe what I could do with it. The funny bit is that I might actually have to find a tutorial that sprays a white viscous liquid, because that is probably the second most commonly seen liquid in Live2D animations. Which I have been looking at more recently, and I still have the very bad habit of looking at them sometimes and seeing the flaws in some of the part cuttings, because there was one I just looked at a little while ago that the animation had the movement pretty aggressive. It was moving quite roughly, and it was very clear that the parts were drawn all the way up and the hair was detaching from the head, and that bothered me a lot. So but that is probably the best source that I would need to look for how liquids work, especially when they are shot out in a jet stream of some kind. I actually don't know how to find those things though, because obviously I can't find those on YouTube. Well, maybe I can, because you could do anything artistic on YouTube as long as it's artistic. Well, you know, here we're running a small Shun with a with just a normal Kisaki, because I've given up on trying to figure out what to do with Big Shun's left arm. I feel like I need to redraw a good portion of the hair if I want to put the arm in. Yeah, the general problem with anything, because basically I need the tutorial to specify using something Live2D or equivalent, namely with the way the outlines work. Because obviously in traditional animation where you go frame by frame, it's quite different. Because basically, like the way I always describe it is that things like Live2D or Spine, which just deform a existing image, the image isn't moving. You're just stretching and bending it to make it look like it's moving. The problem with Live2D tutorials is that in English, they very closely don't exist. Unless it's related to a VTuber model, which is, you know, if it can't be done with a character standing straight, facing forward, it doesn't exist. So, I'll have to go looking. I'll be real, even with the bits of viscous liquid, usually the very one way, they don't splatter. If there is a splatter, the splatter is a separate frame. It just appears without the liquid making contact. So it could be anything. It could just be milk or yogurt or something. You don't know. Anyways, that will do it for today. I'm going to start rambling on and rambling until YouTube has a way to flag my content as unsuitable for advertisers, because that'll just dunk in the algorithm. So either way, I'm going to go do some research, some very fine research, and we'll continue on this next time. It'll just be the last little bits of the art pieces, which is liquid, halo, 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 basically. And then more lighting to fit the environment a little bit better. But after that, it will be on to modeling and whatever art pieces need to be added once I'm in the modeling and I realize there's some problems. So anyway, thank you very much for watching today's session of coloring. If you want to see more of this, remember to be subscribed or followed depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like because that helps me out, and see you again next time.